Hi, my name is Lucas Steves and I'm the Vice President of Membership for Spoken Word Toastmasters. I'm absolutely thrilled that you've decided to check out our club this evening, and I wanted to take a few minutes to first of all welcome you and tell you a little bit about who we are. We're a dynamic group of fun-loving individuals who meets every Tuesday evening from 6 until 7:30 in the basement of the Brentwood Co-op grocery store. We come from all different countries around the world and all different walks of life. We have university students, scientists, researchers, entrepreneurs, retirees, and everybody you can imagine in between. Our reasons for being here every week are as varied and unique as the individuals that make up our membership. But one thing we all have in common is that in some way, Toastmasters has helped us improve our speaking skills, improve our communication, improve our leadership skills, feel more confident, and grow as individuals. I want to tell you about my experience with Toastmasters. So come back on a journey through time to January 2nd, 2018, my very first Toastmasters meeting. My story actually starts a few months before that, when I had hit a particularly low point in my life. See, at that time, I suffered severe, often debilitating social anxiety. I had very few friends, I had nothing on my social calendar, and I had very little to look forward to in life. After hitting a point that I considered very close to rock bottom, I started actively seeking a club or activity or group that would force me out of my comfort zone, get me around new people, get me interested in life and doing something engaging again, and ultimately just break my pattern. I had heard about Toastmasters from talking to friends and family members, but I was only familiar with the program as a public speaking club. Speaking was something that had never occurred to me. It's something I wasn't even interested in. But I decided something was better than nothing, and after a few late nights of Googling Toastmasters Calgary, I found the Spoken Word Toastmasters Club, a club whose schedule matched my own, and that was all it took for me. So I sent an email to the then president, and who responded excitedly, "Yes, we're always glad to have new guests, and you're welcome to come out anytime." So I put the appointment in my calendar and started counting down the days. As the weeks through the Christmas season went by, I became more and more nervous, and eventually the big day, January 2nd, came, and I was terrified. See, the thought of meeting a new group of people in an unfamiliar location to participate in an unfamiliar activity was the anxiety trifecta. I was almost paralyzed. I arrived at the meeting nearly an hour ahead of schedule, and I sat in my truck wrestling back and forth. Do I go? Do I not go? Do I go? And at one point I even said to myself, if you don't go, nobody will even know you are here. Ultimately, I decided I had to force myself and try it at least once. Worst case scenario, I could excuse myself politely and leave halfway through. So I timidly got out of my truck, walked towards the door of the grocery store, turned right and headed back towards the deli, where I found an olive tray with a nondescript door behind it. I didn't know if I was in the right place, but this seemed the most promising of anything I had found so far, and when I pushed the door, I found it was unlocked. I timidly headed down the stairs, still not sure if I was in the right place, and when I got to the bottom, a man looked out the door and smiled at me warmly, cocked his head to one side and said, "Toastmasters?" I breathed a huge sigh of relief and nodded, "Yeah, Toastmasters." The man invited me in and introduced himself as the founding member of the club, hooked me up with a name tag, invited me to sign the guest book and take a seat anywhere I was comfortable. Within a few minutes, 2 members had sat down beside me, and before long we were talking like we were old friends. Later that meeting, I was invited to participate in table topics, and even though I was absolutely terrified, I decided to do it anyway. And at the end of the meeting, the club awarded me Best Table Topic of the night. I left the meeting on cloud 9, feeling better about myself than I had in years, and I wondered what I had ever been so scared of. See, whatever your reasons for wanting to join Toastmasters, whether you need to improve language skills, you want to develop speaking and presentation skills, develop your leadership skills, or just find something fun to do on a Tuesday evening, let me assure you, Spoken Word is the right place for you. See, in my time since joining Toastmasters, my life has improved in ways I could have never even possibly imagined. I have a new group of friends to hang out with. I have something to look forward to every single week. I've even changed career tracks and decided I want to become a professional speaker, which was something that would have never occurred to me just 10 short months ago. Whatever it is you want out of Toastmasters, I guarantee you there's some way that the program can deliver for you. I want to tell you, you have absolutely nothing to lose. Your first 3 meetings as a guest are absolutely free. We're always thrilled to have new faces at our meetings. We're always trying to grow and change our club because we're only as good as the people that make up our community. So if you're on the fence or if you're questioning it at all, find the Contact Us link on this site. Send us an email. We'll be happy to answer any questions you have. In the meantime, I'm excited to see you on an upcoming Tuesday night.